we're talking.
That is the best intro on YouTube.
Right?
The only way you can improve that is if there were supermodels instead of us.
We're working on that. Right now, the budget
male or female, it doesn't matter. Like either way,
the budget just doesn't allow for it. Right now, we're the supermodels we can afford right now. So, so feast your eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
Please subscribe to our Patreon so we can actually hire some decent.
$1 bill at a time. Just tuck it into the waistband.
We'll start by replacing me.
We're good with that. Well, welcome to the Eternal Baseball Podcast, number 25. Pretty good. Happy with the number. Happy to be back with Roto. I'm Mark. This is a promise made good tonight because we promised we'd get every major league team onto Eternal Baseball for the game of the week. And the one team that trailed is Tampa. And Tampa's had a rough year in Eternal Baseball, but we wanted to make sure we got them on. And I think moving forward, things have gone pretty smoothly. I don't know that there's too much we'd change, but the newer expansion teams have a much harder road to climb in Eternal Baseball. So I think in season 2, we'll probably get them on a little earlier in the season when it's
week 1 for Tampa and Montreal.
Right, that's what I'm talking about because there's always next season, right? Everybody's in first place on opening day, so we want to make sure not to get teams on once they've been eliminated. And there have been a couple this year that have trailed that far, but tonight. It's Tampa at Baltimore, and Baltimore is, I don't want to say sneaky good, but they're over 500, and they play in the East with the Yankees and the Red Sox, who are extremely good this season and most seasons because they have such a talented and deep roster. But I mean, Baltimore's played around forever, and they get to pull from the St. Louis Browns, who they were originally. Matter of fact, one of their better players, Harlond Clift, was an absolute beast of a third baseman. And so when I put up, the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles all time, and there's somebody at third not named Brooks Robinson, we heard about it from the Oriole fans.
Feedback.
So, a little bit of feedback. So, and Brooks was on the squad, and he has played quite a bit this year. But this Harlan Cliff guy's amazing, so you'll get a little look at him tonight. But to start it out,
sounds like an actor from the 40s,
right? Harlan Clift, starring with Jill St. John in
Doris Day,
South by Southeast. So let's see here. I'm going to share up my screen.
We just saw our movie aficionados,
right?
Those are two different decades.
What are you talking about?
4 decades apart. Like these people know nothing.
Jill St. John was a Bond girl, for God's sake. Okay, here we go. All right.
Was she?
Yeah, she was. I believe her name was Plenty O'Toole,
Plenty O'Toole.
That's Ian Fleming.
Some guy wrote that on his as he's typing his script out on his old typewriter.
Yeah,
he's like, this is gold.
I gotta believe Fleming just wanted to see how far he could push it before the editors went,
Well, that was actually Fleming and not.
Yeah, that was Fleming.
Movie rewrite.
Pretty sure that was Fleming. They were pretty true to. I mean, they made so much money. They tended not to monkey with his material too much. And the original Bond books were kind of thin, so there was a lot of room to expand without changing anything. But when he wrote Goldfinger and wrote Pussy Galore, and they were like, it's fine. I think he figured the game was up. Like, you could write whatever he wanted, and it would go.
Who will say no to me? Like, I'm just going to push this envelope until one of you says no.
He had like a drinking bet with a friend of his, right? To try. You give me the name, and I'll see if it gets rejected.
It's like Peter O'Toole or something.
So here we are. The big news this week, playoff-wise, is we had 2 more clinchers this week, both in the city by the bay. So congratulations to the Oakland Athletics and to the San Francisco Giants for wrapping up their divisions. It really only leaves us with 3. There's the National League South, where Atlanta is pulling away, and if they hadn't gone 0-6 this week, they would have been right on the edge of knocking out Houston and locking up the South. And then we've got the Yankees and Red Sox, with New York having a 6 or 7 game lead. And then the Cubs and the Cardinals, which has been our best division the whole year. They were 2 games apart for like 2 weeks straight. They both almost refused to lose to each other. And then the Cubs are playing the Giants this weekend, and the Giants are incredible. And today they blinked. So St. Louis won today. The Cubs got shut out. So now there's a 3-game gap. And there's only 12 games left to play. Or 13. Yeah, I think 13. So anyway, the week that has gotten so large that I got to shrink it down so we can tell what we're talking about here. So let me
Rob is contributing to our previous bond talk.
We could be talked into it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, fine. Well, I'm pretty sure Jill St. John was his Bond girl. Get on that, Oli. Let me know. But looking back at the week that was, the really good teams this week, the Knights, who are always good, the Cubs, who've been fighting to stay level or catch up to St. Louis, the Indians and the Astros, a little too much too late. Same thing with the Angels. Nice week, but doesn't help you. The Phillies have clinched, but are still rolling 5-1. Matter of fact, Mike Schmidt became one of the only players of the day in eternal baseball history from a losing squad. Usually, if you don't win your game, I'm not putting you in. But he hit 3 today. So 3 homers and 6 RBIs, and you lose 10-9 in extras. I think originally I typed it as Michael Jack Schmidt because he had 3. And I didn't know if people don't call home runs jacks much anymore.
Yeah, was that a 90s thing? I'm trying to.
Might have been. Like, when was the last time you heard Jack or Tater for a home run?
Oh, I haven't heard Tater forever.
Right?
Interesting.
Or Oppie Dong if you hit it the wrong way, right? Like,
I don't think I've ever heard that.
You never heard Oppie Dong?
I've never heard Oppie Dong.
I've heard that once or twice. I think it was from Underhill, though. So we'll take it under advisement.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so great day for Mike Schmidt today. The Pirates a little too late. They've had a really good year. They're almost 20 games over, but the East is wrapped up. And then the Cardinals, of course, had a really good week as well. The one thing, and this was funny, I was simulating Oakland's game today because I'm a big Rickey Henderson fan. And Henderson had 119 steals coming with only 14 games left. So, 10 more or 11 more steals, he would tie his own single season stolen base record for Major League Baseball. And so I'm watching him play, and first at bat, he hits a triple. And I'm like, man, that sucks. Because he's probably not going to steal home as the leadoff. You hit a leadoff triple and you try to steal home. Even Billy Martin is probably going to say, come here. Let me ask you a question here. Like, you don't think any of the 3 guys behind you or 2 guys could hit a sac fly, could even get a fly ball or a ground ball you're fast enough to score on? You had to steal home with nobody out. I mean,
what he actually did? Are you saying he did?
No. I just knew he probably wouldn't. And
okay.
Oakland's wrapped up the West, and they're pretty much tied into the 4 seed. They're going to play Birmingham.
I'm not going to lie. I would have sent him.
Yeah, well, I was just kind of watching it sim because I didn't want to be too heavy a hand. So sure enough, he doesn't steal home, but he scores on a single, and I'm mad. And then next time up, he hits a homer, and I'm like, this isn't helping the cause, man. Like, get with the
cycle. You're just angry.
Get with the script. That's what he did. He went 5 for 6 with us. He went in order. I think he went. There was a ground out in there somewhere, but it was triple, homer, single, double. I think ground out double, and he got 2 steals along the way.
What a day! What a day!
Player of the day for my man Rickey Henderson. 121 steals on the season. He needs 9 in their last 13 games to pull it off. So
you and me, Webb, we're making this happen.
Oh man, gotta see it. So the cool thing to see here though is because the playoffs will be seeded, and the first round is best of 7. It's basically a division series, but best of 7. And you can see it matching up here because Birmingham has the best record by far in the American League. And even though Oakland clinched, it isn't because they're the second best. It's just because the rest of their division had such a tough year. They're the 4 seed for sure. So it's going to be Birmingham and Oakland, with Birmingham having home field. And then it's going to be Yankees and Tigers, unless Boston rallies like crazy and catches the Yanks, which could happen but doesn't seem likely. So you can see that
could be a tough matchup for Birmingham, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Birmingham is they had such an easy division, right? And I'm not saying it'll always be easy because there is variance for every player every year. But they're with Kansas City and Texas and Tampa. So they have three. I mean, they're still expansion teams, and they've got less talent to pull from. So, Birmingham's pulling from 50 years of Negro League baseball. That's a good squad. And yet they feasted on their division and kind of struggled against other division leaders, or at least were mortal, right? They felt like they were on the same playing field. So could Oakland get Birmingham? We'll see. But Detroit and New York is kind of a toss-up. I mean, 94 wins for Detroit, 98 for New York. But I mean, that's what we want in the playoffs, right?
Good series.
Good series. And out in the other way, San Francisco's got the best record by far. Philadelphia's got 91 wins. Atlanta's only got, only 81 wins. So Atlanta's locked into that 4 seed if they hold off Houston, which they should. So now you're looking at Atlanta at San Francisco in the 4 versus 1 matchup, basically. And then it'll be St. Louis or the Cubs. Looks like, if you're a betting man, St. Louis has a 3-game lead with 13 to play. And they'll be playing, they'll get the East. They'll get Philly. So that's what it looks like right now. It's not locked in stone, but it's pretty good in there, especially with the Cubs losing that game today. That one really hurt.
The playoffs are going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I like their 7-game series, and we'll have them up on the website. Maybe we'll get some recaps written for what happened. And those recaps they take forever to do. But when you only have, even a full slate of playoff games is only 4 games. So we should have that rolling. And then if your team didn't make it, we're going to have kind of report cards for your season for, who are the shining stars for every squad. Those will come out when the season's over and we head to the playoffs. And then we'll also have Cy Young, MVP. And I need a good name for the relief award, because right now I just have it like the Relief Savior Award. And that sounds a little too religious on some level.
Too Southern Baptist.
Yeah, and it's already weird that Cy Young is a candidate for the Cy Young Award. Like, I mean, he should be, right? But yeah, and we'll have I call them Glovely Awards because Golden Glove is a little too copywritten. But we'll have the best defenders for the league. We'll unveil those too. But the one thing we can't have is Rookie of the Year, because these guys all played for a while, right? None of them are new on some level. So
right.
I guess maybe we could have it next year where we add, like, I was thinking Randy Rosarena, who will get added to the Rays likely next year. I mean, he'll be an eternal baseball rookie. So it'll give us a thin pool to draw from. Like, there'll be like 5 eligible players. Or
maybe we could do someone who got elevated from the minors.
Oh, yeah.
Due to injury or something.
And that stuff is still happening. Like, I just saw the pitching matchup for tomorrow for Boston. They're supposed to have Luis Tiant on the mound. And ain't nothing wrong with Tiant except for his 8.5 ERA this year.
Wow.
In eternal baseball. So
are you sure plus minus 30 is the only variant?
Well, he's pitched in relief, so he hasn't pitched that many innings.
Gotcha.
And so he must have just got torn up in like 2 or 3 relief appearances and hasn't pitched enough innings to soften that number. So I'm still tweaking lineups here and there as I see them, because we've always said we want every team to have their best chance to win. So
Rob has a suggestion for the
Rolaids. Didn't they used to sponsor it?
I think so. That seems very familiar.
I mean, it should be the Mariano Rivera Award.
The Plenty O'Toole.
Plenty O'Toole meets Oppie Dong in a totally different kind of movie. So that's it for the week that was. Kudos to Rickey and his cycle today. Near as I can tell, that's the first cycle we had all year. So good for him and good for us. So we'll pop over to the standings, even though I just kind of went over them. So Philadelphia has the East wrapped up. Atlanta is 6 games up on Houston. Magic number is 8, so that one shouldn't be too long. St. Louis, as we said, 3-game lead on Chicago. I have to double check. I think they don't play the rest of the way, which is a shame, because it'd be great if there was like one last series.
That would be cool.
It's not happening. San Francisco wrapped up the West, though LA didn't have a bad year. The Yankees are up 8 on Boston. That one could wrap up this week. Birmingham locked it up a long time ago. Detroit's up 12 on Cleveland. That'll wrap up this week. And then Oakland already wrapped up the West. So we're getting right down to it. Wish we'd have had some better races, but there's always next year. So let me scoot on out here to the scoreboard and move it on ahead. DJ LeMahieu has pretty much ran away with the overall batting race at 381.
And he just did not fade. I thought for sure he would come back to earth, but
you would think, like, I don't know if he played all his games at home this somehow. But Tris Speaker a distant second, though there's nothing wrong with 354. DiMaggio and Ruth still chasing each other in the home run race with Jody in the lead at 47. The RBI chase is pretty good with Hank Aaron, Dick Allen, and Harry Heilman. And again, this is overall. So, there'll be
look at that OPS, man.
Yeah. And that's
2 points separating 3 guys.
If you really want to look at your likely MVP candidates, OPS is a great place to start. There's more to it than that. There's a little defense and some other stuff mixed in. But Heilman, LeMahieu, and Speaker are incredible.
Dude, how is Mule Settles leading the league in triples? That's amazing.
It looks like he was a big guy too, right?
That dude looks like a tank. He must have had some wheels.
And he didn't start all the time early on. He was supposed to statistically, but his numbers were terrible early. So were Tony Gwynn's. Like, Tony Gwynn didn't crack 300 until July, I don't think, which was ridiculous. Like, sleepwalking Tony Gwynn hits 300. And now he's up at like 321 or something like that. So it feels a little better. Like, I'm not sure I can live in a world where Tony Gwynn doesn't go 3 for 10, right? Over a weekend. But Henderson was the same way. And I watched a lot of A's games because I'm a big Henderson hawk. And he was really slow to start the year. So it's interesting to see, kind of the ebb and flow of a baseball season, like real baseball. That's why we like the sim so much. So here we are. It's the first game for August 9th. I'm not sure I did that right. 9th. Here we go. And we're playing Tampa at Baltimore. So computer, human, large icons, large.
Extra large.
I can make them extra large. I have to do it on the next screen. All right, so
it depends how much the audience wants to see me squinting.
Right? Like, wow,
like, man, that guy's got a lot of pores, man.
Brent's got some nose hair going on.
Yeah, thank God this isn't in true HD, man.
All right, so
self-conscious. You guys are gonna see me all botoxed out next season,
right? Like, you can't even talk, or you just looking at you like this. All right, so here we are looking at OPS. So here's my guy.
Improvement.
Here's my guy Harlond Clift, right? Look at this dude. This is I guess it's Chris Archer. So we should look at OPS versus right-handers. So our two main hosses here are Eddie Murray and Harlond Clift.
Gus. Got to get Gus in there.
Yeah, we'll get Gus in there too. Well, Eddie's our best on base, so probably lead him off. Clift and Gus, it's all righties, but I'm going to say Harlond, Gus. Oh, we'll put Gus here. Oh, no, I looked at the S by Cal and thought switch hitter. That's shortstop. Sorry about that. So we'll do Ripken and Triandos. Okay, now Clift we can DH, but he's not a bad third baseman. So it just comes down to getting Brooks into the lineup or not, because Brooks is a 10 at third base. Like, it doesn't come any better. But he's also not one of their greatest hitters. So if you just fill it out kind of the way it should go, if you want to get, it looks like, oh man, that's a lot of, what we should do? Let's flip Murray. Let's flip Murray and Triandos. Check the on base there. Ripken should go above him. That gives us a switch hitter in the middle, so we aren't just buried in righties forever. And you could go Mancini and then Singleton.
Any chance we get Boog in there?
I think so, because Boog can play a couple places. He can play first, a better first than left. Sisler is a better rated, not only defensively, but a little more OPS. But Sisler's got zero power. He bunts half the time. So
you're thinking DH?
I'm just trying to figure out where the DH is going to go.
Yeah. I mean, Murray's a good fielder, huh? It's better than
Yeah, Murray's got a real good glove. Singleton is not a great glove, but he's a good hitter.
Yeah, if you're feeling Brooks, get him in.
I mean, I can't believe we put the O's on and not have Brooks Robinson play.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
That's kind of hard. Now, maybe he's ninth, but ain't nobody watching this wanting to see Harlond Clift play third base. So we need a center fielder and a second baseman. The second baseman is usually Brian Roberts.
Yeah, that's not a bad lineup, actually.
Roberts is actually a pretty good bunter, so we'll drop him down to 9. And then what are we left with? We need a center fielder.
It's got to be handsome Brady Anderson.
He's so bad in this game or this season. But no, we can do Kenny Williams.
Perfect. All right.
He'll play center. Maybe if we switch Singleton and Mancini, now we're going righty, switch, righty, left, righty, switch. I like that.
Rob is curious if Tampa has won their 5th game in that stretch.
I think they had a win this week. Hang on, we got it. Let's see. Tampa 2-4 this week. So yeah, they're killing it. Red hot. Okay, and then pitching wise. So I found the easiest way to do this is you just put them up by their ERA on the year. And a bunch of them are guys that haven't pitched yet, right? So they have a 0. And then you just look down the expected pitch count and see who's got 100 pitches in them. Looks like it's Eddie Watt.
I like it. Delightful.
I know nothing about Eddie Watt. Oh, is he a reliever?
Yeah, 18 games. Reliever if he can
18 games, none started. Well, we'll keep Eddie in mind then. Looks like it's Harry Howell. Or you know what? We can pitch Eddie Watt if we want to. Who's going to tell us? No?
Let's do it. I like it.
Who's going to tell us no? Hey, Eddie, get in there. Hey, I like that we're using an opener against Tampa.
There you go.
Right? Deal with that. So here we go.
I suspect they may.
Now, what did I do here? I got no sound. All right, I think that'll fix it.
Well, I am enjoying that there's zero pressure with this game at all.
Right.
Nothing we can do matters in the slightest.
It's not going to affect
He's made
the outcome of anything long term.
With an earned run average of 5.33. His third start against Baltimore. He's 1-1 with a
Mike wants to know if
average against Baltimore.
Steve Chubby
Cox?
Baltimore.
No.
His first start of the year.
No, he's not.
It's 7.
I like what you see Rob's comment. That's dead true.
Pitching for Baltimore.
That's a good point. Blake Snell has never been happier than in eternal baseball.
Carl Crawford.
All right, so Crawford's a great bunter. So we're not going to give him the satisfaction. Move my light a little bit here.
All right, I got to go big screen here.
Oh, and we got to go around here. Kenny Singleton. You know what? I can change those. Hang on. Options, preferences. Where is it? Player displays. Very large. All right, that's all I can give you.
We're not going to be able to see the ball when it's in play.
Kenny said, just fall on it, right? You're a big boy out there.
Look at Ken Williams, man.
That's a lot of neck. I hope it slides head first.
That guy has worked in a coal mine at some point.
Guaranteed. In the off season, probably, right?
Probably right after that, right before that photo was taken.
Poor guy. Trey Mancini, one of the better stories this year. Brooks Robinson, Cal Ripken, Brian Roberts, Eddie Murray, who did not want to be photographed that day, obviously. Eddie Watt, and Gus Triandos, who's having a real good year, actually. So. All right, Carl. Oh, man. Hang on. Didn't do this very well tonight. Tampa is the computer. There we go. It's Orioles baseball, boys and girls.
Randy.
Oh man, he's got 72%.
Right? I don't know if I've ever even tried picking off second base. Oh, look at that. I humbled him.
Watt is all business.
Here comes Randy Wynn. Good to see Brian Roberts put his glove on for the second
Good
batter.
fundamental baseball.
Number 14.
Matt Joyce.
Joyce.
So fundamentally sound.
If he hits a sack ball, there you go.
Right.
They're gonna.
That's it. Can't stop Carl.
They didn't even give us the window, right?
Nope, just no throw at all. If you look, you got to squint like crazy. Aubrey Huff is wearing the actual Devil Rays hat, right? The old one, which I think is pretty incredible. Oh wait, I can do it right here. Look at that. It's a good looking hat. I like that they were the first. They must have set the record for expansion team to change their official name the quickest, right? And not because they got bought or moved or anything. They're just like, yeah, we didn't really think that through.
They were just worried about the Southern Baptists. Is that
I don't know what the deal was, right?
Yeah.
Like,
For Tampa Bay.
they're like we could get
24.
50 more,
Archer.
hardcore Christians in if we change if we
Right.
get this devil out of our name. Or
I mean, you look at teams like when Toronto was the Raptors, right? Right when Jurassic Park came out, and I'm like, that name's going to age poorly, I think. And yeah, they wouldn't mind being something else, I bet.
yeah,
There's Cal.
I love the Albuquerque. They basically just
Catcher.
cashed in. They became the Isotopes.
Right? That was the
Yeah.
Simpsons team, right?
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? We're just doing it. We're just cashing this in.
They're not still the Isotopes, are they?
I think they still are the Topes, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they still they sell a ton of old Duke's gear. Also, they get the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They do a
I
good
guess
job
if
with
you don't
that.
have, I think about minor league teams and they change their affiliation so often, and their mascot. As soon as someone in marketing comes up with a better idea, they're just like, "You bet, we're the River Bandits." No, you're not. You're the Storm.
The River Bandits.
There was, I think, it was the Quad City River Bandits. It's a
I
great
think
hat.
you're right.
It's just a baseball with like the bandit bandana. tied
Is that
around
right?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
amazing.
cool hat. That was when I would go to the fan fests for Major League Baseball, the All-Star games, when I worked for McFarland Toys. Every year they would bring out a display that had all 30 teams and then their minor league hats underneath it, like in order, AAA on down. And I loved that display because it changed every year.
That's
And
so
they had
cool.
like the Dayton Dragons is just a green D, a cursive D. And when as the D comes down, the curl of it turns into a dragon's tail.
There's
Right?
some there's some legit graphic design on those hats. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Some of that minor league stuff is pretty incredible. So
One of these games we both gotta rock the old Ben Bucks.
that's a good idea. Or the Elks, or what else? Were they Rockies? Phillies, right? When we first
Oh,
got
the
there.
Rickey, yeah, the Ben Phillies, man.
And Phillies. Kurt Russell.
Juan Samuel.
Oh, look at Gus Triandos.
I am not even paying attention. Should we have stolen already?
With Cal?
No, I didn't realize it was Cal Ripken.
I mean, 6'5". He only
Good.
needs like 3
We're
steps.
good.
He can slide.
Who's the?
Not- not-
What was Navarro's first name?
DeHonor.
The Honor.
Yeah.
He's got a forearm, man.
Yeah, but
That's Eddie
If we-
Murray. Let's let
if
him
we send Ripken now with Murray up, Eddie will be
Yeah,
real mad. Probably won't talk to us for a month.
I know. Now can we send him? Yeah. 20.
Story I heard about Eddie Murray, and I only know it's true because Jim Traber, former first baseman for the Orioles, who I worked with in sports radio, they had a shirt off your back promotion where I forget if you had to buy a ticket or if you just getting in got you into the raffle. But every Oriole was going to come off the field, take off their jersey. They were going to launder it and then do drawings for every player's jersey. And so they came in, or I forget how it worked, but somehow they found out that Eddie Murray wasn't cool with the concept. He said. and nobody really wanted to approach him to convince him why. And so they said they get back in after the game. I forget if they won or lost. And Eddie just sat in his jersey for a long time. And it was like someone's going to have to come ask him. And finally, like the clubhouse attendant has the short straw. They're like, you go talk to him. And so he goes, Mr. Murray, the receptacle for today's uniforms is right over there by the exit. And Eddie just nodded, didn't say anything. And then fired up a cigarette, I think, or maybe it was a lighter. I forget that part of the story. I'm not sure Eddie smoked. But regardless, he had an incendiary device of some sort with him.
Oh, man.
And he peeled off his jersey, walked over there, and right next to the jersey receptacle was the trash can. And he dropped his jersey in the trash can and either dropped the cigarette or the lighter in, and boom, up it went. So Eddie Murray will not be participating in the shirt off our back promotion that day or any day, I think.
So I mean, I knew he was a private guy, but was he kind of known as a kind of a grouch?
You know, he was, as far as I know, and this is just because I was around Traber, who played on those mid-'80s Orioles teams. Not a bad guy at all. Teammates loved him, but he had no use for the media. Didn't like the media, didn't want to talk to them, thought they were frustrating and a waste of his time. So
not necessarily wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the job. So, but anyway, that's my Eddie Murray story. Shirt off his back.
Interesting.
Here's your guy, or my guy, Harlond Clift. Wondering why he's not at third today.
Left fielder, Ken Singleton.
Ken Singleton, probably having their best year. 28 homers, 99 RBI. Looking for crack that century mark. No.
First baseman, Carlos.
No.
Carlos Pena, hitting 197.
Wow, it's a tough year, man.
Long year in Tampa.
I guess that's kind of what you'd expect him to do against the best pitching of all time, right?
Right? Eddie Watt getting it done. Okay. I was just looking because they've given up a run, but he still has his no-hitter intact.
Julio.
Eddie Watt does. So
Here we go.
Julio Lugo. The very first game I simmed when I got this program,
16,
I
Trey
played the Yankees
Mancini.
Rays because I thought the Yankees could beat the Rays. And Julio Lugo went nuts on the ump and slammed into him. Got suspended for a month. And I thought, that's cool that's even in the software, right? Like, Julio Lugo decked it ump. Wow. Trey Mancini, who we're all rooting for on some level. Except maybe Evan Longoria. Jerk.
Center fielder, Ken Williams.
Okay, Ken Williams is an incredible bunter. He's an 8. And Navarro sucks. So,
Yes.
All right. 2 strikes. Yeah, thanks, Kenny.
Third baseman,
So when you do the bunt, it basically gives him 2 chances to lay it down.
I
Effectively.
guess
Yeah.
if they foul it off, like they give you the option once there's 2 strikes. Do you still want to bunt?
Gotcha.
Because you have to have a pitcher up or be insanely confident in it to drop down a bunt with 2 strikes. But all right, here's Brooks having a good year too here in limited plate appearances. So jinxing
third
everybody.
baseman, number 10.
This
Evan
may be our shortest game ever.
I think people wouldn't be mad about that.
Catcher,
Next season, we're simming every Tampa game.
Right. It's the Tampa season of Major League or of internal baseball.
left fielder, Carl.
All right, here we go.
Crawford.
Crawford was a beast in
Second
Tampa,
baseman.
right?
So good. So
But-
good.
I don't know what it was. If they just knew, I mean, they cut ties with their players, usually when they've got something left. But he was not much in Boston or LA after that.
I thought he was going to be a monster in Boston.
Yeah, I thought that was the year they spent on. It wasn't Sandoval, but it was Adrian Gonzalez. I think the same year.
Was that the same? Wow. Yeah,
Who
they had
also
high
who also
expectations.
seemed kind of can't miss, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. I remember seeing those signings thinking, man, they nailed those.
Yeah, and then the next year they got rid of both of them and signed Pedro Sandoval, Pablo Sandoval. Like that one, I kind of knew was probably going to be an issue.
Yeah, even I knew that one.
The papers up here were like, "How fat is Pablo Sandoval every spring?" Like the first picture one year, it couldn't have been worse. Like they must have had 50 to choose from, and they got him just as he was throwing a ball, so his shirt was tugged up about 8 inches. And the belly was just incredible. And it was like the first image from Red Sox camp that year. And I'm like, oh, this is
well, I mean, that was the
well.
thing. Like his belly was so big at times that he just couldn't keep his jersey in. And so, I mean, you just see him out there and one of the tails be hanging out. And it's like, oh, man. Like,
yeah. Kind of looks a little sloppy for a big leaguer to have the jersey out.
Yeah, anybody walking around like that.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh.
Cal getting it done. Fireworks at home. And we're winning or tied.
Gus.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, Gus.
First baseman, Eddie Murray.
Yeah, Murray probably still doesn't get enough credit for how good he was
Harlond.
as a switch hitter and an amazing glove at first.
And he's nearly 70% to steal.
Hey, I'm all over that.
Yes, let's send him.
All right, hang on. Go, Eddie. He's off. Look at that.
All right, where are we at? Nah.
16. I think we want to have a streak going. So
anything goes this game, Weber.
Yeah. Well, he's in scoring position already with 2 outs in the tie game. Like, and their cleanup guy up. So I think you gotta let Harlond Clift swing. Run, Harlond!
He's there.
Oh, so he threw it away. So Eddie scores. See? Patience, Grasshopper.
All right, where's Clift at? It's coin flip, man. What are you feeling?
54.
Navarro? Let's send him. Who's up?
Singleton?
Singleton is their best hitter.
Yeah, but if we get him in the scoring position, right?
You tell me. Are we sending him?
Straight steal. Let's go.
There he goes.
Weber, why did you let me do that?
Right. I'm such a bad influence.
It's not even the 4th inning, man.
Yeah. I've been giving people terrible advice for years.
You help facilitate that, Mark.
Yeah, I'm an enabler. I'll give you that.
Enabling my worst instincts.
Designated hitter.
Look at Randy Wynn. He thinks he's going to steal, but we're not having that. 74%. Get down. 46, much better. Matt Joyce. Oh boy.
Right field.
Watt's only thrown 52 pitches. He's got plenty left. Foul ball off the mask of Triandos. He appears to be hurt, but he shook it off.
No way Gus Triandos doesn't shake it off.
Right. And if Triandos had been on the team while Angelos owned it, right, he'd have never got free. Like, no. They kept Markakis as long as they could, right? If you're Greek.
Dude, roll over Triandos. Look at this guy, dude. This guy is about as old school.
He's happy to be there.
This guy made fun of people's mothers. Like, I mean,
You think it was mean?
I think this guy was a natural old school leader, man. Just
all right, maybe. Randy Wynn's just happy to be here. He's rocking.
And since I'm just making this all up, I'm going to say, and a gentleman. Just an absolute.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Matt Joyce, Aubrey Huff. Okay, back to it. So nobody out. Runners on first and second. Aubrey Huff steps in and sits down.
First baseman, Carlos Pena.
Carlos Pena. Let's be careful with that. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it loads him up.
Stop. Willie Adams.
Willie Adames, who has galvanized the Brewers this year after his trade from Tampa. Watching Tampa in the playoffs last year and rooting hard against them, there was nobody I disliked more than this guy. I mean, just whenever it was tight late, when there was a possibility to walk it off, he was on the top. Nothing wrong with being on the top step, right? You should be cheering on your team. But he already had one leg on the field over the fence, right? Just waiting to run out. I know it's probably not accurate, but my read on this guy was preening schmo. Like,
yeah, it's just the dyed hair that does it for me. I don't know what. We're just old enough, man. It's just not our demographic.
Yeah, finally, it's like we're grunting at the kids these days for not getting off our lawn.
Yeah,
but when he was running out there and they were talking about the heart and soul of the Tampa Bay Rays, and I'm like, yeah, I hope he's renting because Wander Franco owns that property, right? Won't be long. Won't be in spring training because they got to wait to reset that clock another year. But TikTok, my friend. And sure enough, that was like the first notable trade of the year was Tampa saying, yeah, we don't need this guy anymore. See ya. But it's making it work in Milwaukee. So more power to him, I guess. So Willie, with that lead up and one out.
Hit it to the right guy.
He hit it to Brooks Robinson. It was well played.
Uh-oh.
That was going to drop.
Uh-oh.
2 out.
Third baseman.
Julio Lugo getting it done.
Longoria.
Get it? Oh, web gem from Cal. Did you see Cal's catch, hon? That's how they talk in Baltimore.
I've never been, but
yeah, that's how they talk. All right, so we're gonna need somebody after Eddie Watt. So let's see what we got here. Watt is strong. That's good, but he's only got like 25 pitches left. He'll probably get through one more inning, so we can revisit that once he's done. But, man.
Right fielder, Trey Mancini.
Let's go, Trey.
Center fielder, Ken Williams.
Seems to me if you name your son Trey,
Catcher,
you're probably going to make him try every sport until he finds one he's good at, right? I don't see too many kids named Trey at piano lessons, right? Or debate club. Like, I'm pretty sure
that is kind of a sports-centric name, isn't it?
Pretty sure Mr. Mancini knew what he wanted, right?
Yeah.
And he named his daughter whatever.
Yeah. Just be happy.
Yeah, whatever. But she tried gymnastics.
We're just slandering people left
and
and right. Triandos, the Mancini family.
Willie Adamas. Who's next?
We need to add like a huge allegedly
right
for the entirety of the episode.
Yeah, as a kind of disclaimer, we don't know anything. You know, don't take any of this as gospel, please.
This is all conjecture.
Yeah, we're just riffing. Carl Crawford.
We're just riffing. Love it. Oh no.
Brian Roberts.
Oh yeah, Mike thinks we should leave Watt in. Let's see. Watt is strong. Mortal Kombat music.
76 pitches. He'll get through this inning probably. Somebody else gets on. We'll have to get somebody ready.
Crawford is scared of gentleman Gus Triandos.
Should be. Look at that 8 arm, right? He's got that. Come on. Good for him. Hauled it into the wall.
Go Singleton.
Joyce.
Matt Joyce at 226 steps in. We're going to keep Crawford closer here. Yeah, that's better.
We are losing to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, man. Oh, no.
All right.
Let's see who we have ahead of us here.
Aubrey.
A lot of righties and then some switches. So, Baltimore bullpen. Zach Britton's been outstanding. Wildman's good too, but he's a starter most of the time.
I know Jim Palmer threw 150 just 2 days ago, but he made me what the doctor ordered.
Leave him alone, for God's sakes. Stu Miller is the closer, I think. For part of the time, anyway. And Greg Olson with 2 Gs.
Oh, that's right.
Not to be confused with the bad Braves catcher, Greg Olson. I don't know who you want, Roto. Probably be righties by the time we get to him. So Darren O'Day's not bad either.
Oh, Darren O'Day. I like it.
Except for my Yankees this year.
Wait, is Darren O'Day the one that he's not actually Irish?
I don't know.
He's like, there's one guy who has an extremely Irish name, but he's actually like Czech. Somehow it got changed. I don't know. Maybe to Ellis Island. I'm not sure. But
it's like Seamus McClanahan.
But he's like
from Bulgaria.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know who that is. O'Day's that wicked side arbor, right? Probably
I think
the only true side
I will double check that before I slander anybody else.
Right.
I don't want the Irish mafia on my back either. But.
All right. Well, then let's get him warm as a way to apologize. Mr. O'Day. That was a music group, I think.
Palmer's up here in a jockey photo shoot.
That was the OJs. Sorry, my bad. Hey, but we're out of it, so. Brooks.
I forgot about Jim Palmer's advertisements, man.
Right? Yeah. Was he the one who wore pantyhose in one of them?
Oh, I don't know. We've slandered people enough today, man.
Yeah, boy, I have to look it up.
We're really riding that edge there.
Do you remember when Palmer tried his comeback in like '88 or something? He'd been retired like 4 years, and he was just like, you know what? I can still do this. Spoiler.
Didn't go well.
He really couldn't. No, he threw a couple times in spring training. It was not good.
Just wasn't having it. Mike wants to know. Yeah, I think El Presidente is on the Expos, right?
Yeah. Dennis Martinez is an Expo, and he's dead on. It was Joe Namath who had a TV commercial in pantyhose. They like panned up his legs, and then you're like, it's Joe Namath.
Wow,
man. Somebody on Facebook, my friend, one of my friends, Joe, was comparing somebody to Namath today. Some guy today being the modern day Joe Namath, one of the all-time greats at quarterback. And I'm like, Joe Namath is 61st in all-time passing, like right between like Kerry Collins and I don't know.
Doesn't matter, man.
Steve DeBerg, right? Like, now I get he's got the win and the finger, but
do you remember Dave Craig for the Seahawks?
Oh yeah,
the smallest hands of any quarterback in modern history.
Yeah,
so anytime he played in any adverse weather, it seemed like he would lay the ball down about 10 times a game.
We had him. He was just in Arizona when I was doing sports radio out there.
What was it?
And we had him fill in one day. We had an opening. We knew he was local. He was interested in doing more media, and I think it was Traber who played quarterback for Jimmy Johnson at Oklahoma State. So he was kind of a big deal. He was a starting quarterback for a big program for a little while, and he made it to the big leagues as a first baseman. And he was an opera singer. He had like an opera level voice, so he was a total Renaissance man.
Wow!
But Traber had small hands too, and he had a game in college once. I'm forgetting it's who, where he had 5 fumbles and lost all of them. And so after the game, the reporters came to him. He had just won the starting job, or the guy got hurt and he had come in. And they're like, Jim, what do you attribute those fumbles to? And he's like, to my tiny hands. Look at these things.
You have to appreciate that.
He led with that, and he didn't know Dave Craig that well. And Dave was in studio with us, and he said, "Now, Dave, you are the greatest in NFL history." And I'm like, "Oh God, we don't know this guy." And he's like, "At fumbling the football." And I'm like, "Oh Jesus."
Was he cool about it?
No, he turned to absolute stone.
No.
And he was like, when you played as many years as I did behind the terrible lines that I played behind, it's lucky I ever held on to the football.
And he wasn't laughing at all. He didn't think that was funny one
bit. Fact. I'm like, if you lead the league in fumbles, you got to embrace that, right? Yeah. Like, because there is some truth to that, right? Like, if he couldn't play, they wouldn't have kept him around. But
he was a good quarterback. He just, especially if it was raining though at all.
Yeah. And where did he play?
Right the Seahawks off. There's no way they're winning.
That's it. And I think it was in Seattle longer than anywhere else. So, tough. All right. Anyway, here's Brooks. He's a decent bunter, but Brian Roberts behind him is an even better bunter. So maybe we better save our bunt.
Real quick, the brother said Palmer tried to come back at age 45. You don't have it when you can't crack the 88 Orioles. Mike's like, yeah, the 91 Orioles. Okay.
Was the 88 Orioles the team that started 0-21?
I don't know.
So bad. Anyway, all right, Brooks.
Warren
Back to
Moon. Good reference. I like it.
Warren Moon would have had more fumbles if he didn't have to start in the CFL.
Second baseman, Brian Roberts.
Look at a bunt. He's a 10 bunter, hitting 232, but Longoria and Pena know that too. So are we bunting into that or are we hitting?
I don't know, man. You feeling it? 10 bunter.
I'm feeling like Brian Roberts has an error in a boot so far today. So anything he contributes would be a step up from what we've seen so
man.
far.
I'm not so good at determining.
All right.
You've seen more bunting into this.
Swing it!
Oh, he's got it. He's there.
No, he hit it right into smiling Willie Adamas' glove.
Dang it.
Shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr.
All right, Cal.
First
It's
baseman,
not happening today for the
Carlos
O's.
Pena.
Watt has 8 pitches left in his arm. He's
Get
a
him
righty.
out.
So's the other guy. Yeah,
Get him
you would let Juan O'Day to get a clean inning anyway, right? Now,
Let's get
O'Day
the check in there.
For
O'Day
Baltimore,
only has
number
25 pitches
56,
in that arm.
Darren O'Day.
So we probably want to get somebody else ready just in case this goes long. So they got a lot of good pen options here.
Yeah, Jim Johnson has some good years.
Yeah. Who you want, Roto? You call it.
Let's go Jim Johnson. We're still a little early, so.
Jimmy Johnson. How about them Orioles? Okay.
So is that an Irish mustache or a Czech mustache? What's your opinion on it?
On O'Day?
Yeah, take a look at him.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? Ooh.
I'm thinking Czech.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. We'll have to look it up, but for now, yeah.
He doesn't look like an Ulster man.
No, I'm not looking very Irish to me.
Shortstop,
Just wasted 6
Willie
pitches, though,
Adamas.
walking Pena. Here's smiling Willie Adamas.
Mike's all disappointed we got Watt out of there.
He's a big Watt fan?
Second baseman, Julio Lugo.
He's got an Eddie Watt jersey in the closet. I kind of doubt it, but here we go. It's not working.
I was gonna be flying off eBay right now, right after this broadcast.
I got Lugo, though.
Third baseman, Evan Longoria.
Oh, he's rebounding.
Catcher,
Look at that.
Leonidas
He's got 5
Navarro.
pitches left, so this is his last hitter for sure.
He gives up a single to Navarro. Hugely disappointed.
Oh, no.
Oh, get there.
Okay, a 47%
Yes.
chance to catch it.
Dive.
All right. Earl Weaver says dive. Great play. Kenny Williams saving a run.
Triendos.
Gus,
Come on, Gus.
run. No.
Dude, they've been watering down that infield first base line.
Right? I totally forgot it was Chris Archer on the mound back when he was, valuable.
He had some good years.
Man, fell apart in Pittsburgh. Eddie Murray. Take
There
the
we
base.
go. Send him.
Designated hitter.
Ooh, Webb.
I'll send him. You want him to go?
Yes.
Here we go. It's a good jump. He's in there. Harlond, Clift. Winning
All right,
fans
tying it up.
over
There we
right
go.
now. Oh, they hit him right in the ear.
Left fielder, Ken.
The only people mad about that are Clift fans, because all the Brooks Robinson fans are like, "Take that, Harlan." They might have slid Archer at 20 just to throw at him. Singleton's still trying to get his 100th RBI. I couldn't even tell what happened. Double play.
Left fielder, Carl Crawford.
Look at that. He has some left.
Oh, wait a minute. I almost hit pitch. No, he doesn't. He's got 3 pitches. In the middle of this at-bat, he's going to
He's
run
got
out.
Carl Crawford. Come on. We got him.
Oh, that's, you know what? Because it's no skin off my nose. You're the one who asked for it. So, oh, he bunts. Chicken.
Center fielder,
And something bad.
no, what happened?
Looks like it went to Murray. He tosses to Roberts, covering low throw. Roberts can't dig it out. It's out of play. Crawford ends up at second.
Wait, Eddie Murray threw it out of play?
Or maybe it wasn't Murray. Why would it go to Roberts at first?
Well, if he was covering on a bunt to the...
Oh, yeah, he might have been in.
Huh.
And the second baseman came over to cover, I guess.
I guess he didn't have any left.
Didn't work. Jimmy Johnson, come on in.
Baltimore, number 43, Jim Johnson.
Now we're talking.
Designated hitter, Matt Joyce.
Oh, no. We keep digging a
Right
hole.
fielder,
Slipping away, Webb.
Wait a minute. It says Jim Johnson's only got 15 pitches in him. It's like not even worth coming to the ballpark, right? All right, so who's next? What do we want? Greg Olson, Stu Miller, or Zach Britton?
This is Stu Miller. Let's do it.
The Stu Miller band? Fine. Oh.
If Steve Miller Band would just not have done that terrible lyric and take the money and run, how much more would people hold them in esteem if they had just not done that one lyric? It
just felt like they were like a garage band that someone left the record button on.
Yeah, but they were pretty smooth, man. But Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas. It's like, really gonna go what the fax is?
I imagine them running like their demo by their producer and dig this line. Some call me the gangster of love.
But even that's okay. That's like, right. It's a little cringeworthy, but
no. But I'm sure
Texas with fax is.
Yeah,
fax is like that's unbelievable. There wasn't a single person in the studio at any point during the production of that album. I stepped in and said, let's just spend an hour. We'll figure out two things that work better than this.
I just can't imagine.
Live in infamy.
Can you imagine belting out the lyrics with Space Cowboy and Gangster of Love? And then some producer was like, maybe if we put in a sound effect at the end of that. Wow.
But still, I could write that off, right? But the faxes in Texas, that's the captain of the Titanic, right? Just let's crank this up. Straight ahead.
Yeah, it's not good.
Gosh, brutal. I will die on this hill. Anyway, let's get
fair enough. Aubrey Huff. Get him, Eddie. It's a second. Back to first.
First
not
baseman,
a dive.
Carlos.
All right.
Pina.
So Jim Johnson's only got one pitch left. So I think it's Stu Miller time. He's got 50 pitches in his arm tonight. Oh, he's not warmed up. Hang on. We got to do a mound trip first. Johnson looks tired, no doubt. Now Miller's ready.
Pitching for Baltimore. Stu Miller.
What era did Stu Miller play in?
I think he was in the 70s, I think. And apparently they didn't have any hats his size. So he's feeling my pain. But at the big league level, right? They found hats. They found a hat for Bochy. They should be able to handle Stu Miller requests, but fine. Kenny Williams all over that.
Right fielder.
It's a pretty big crowd for this game, I have to say.
Right? A lot of orange out there. Where I sat here for Cal's last game, which was, I was only Camden Yards a couple times. So we were there for Cal's last game, which was great, where Brady Anderson struck out at the pitch over his head. I love
that story,
man. And then we went there for a midweek Yankee game in 2000, 2001. The Yanks are really good. I'm living in Washington, D.C., and the Yankee fans are just taking over the stadium. And that's when the Yanks had won 4 or 5 titles. Nobody liked them at that point. Certainly not Baltimore, but the Yankee fans were out in force. A lot of people driving down from Jersey. And we were sitting 4th row over the dugout here. And we tried to get the roll call going, like the Yankee fans do in the first inning, to get all the defenders to acknowledge them by chanting their names. And we chanted around. We got a couple guys to do it. And the only guy, they subbed out everybody. The Yankees went nuts. They were up 16-0 in the 5th. And they subbed out everybody. And the short straw was Brosius. Scott Brosius left at third base, and he was right in front of us. So we got a couple of the new guys coming in, the bench guys, to answer the curtain call and give us a wave, all the Yankee fans. So we'd chant for whomever, Marcus Lawton. And they all would give it up to us, and then we'd go nuts when they did. Hey! But Brosius would not give it up. We were on him for an inning and a half of Scotty Brosius. Wouldn't look over, stone face, nothing. So I don't know if he was mad that he was the guy left in, or if he didn't want to disrespect the Baltimore fans by acknowledging the idiot Yankee fan chants. And then finally, everybody was sick of us, but we were relentless. We were not going to give up. And so Brosius left. Oh, finally, when they came out on defense for another bottom of the inning, Brosius came out to third, and everybody was ready for us to go after him. And instead, we went after Orioles third base coach Sam Perlazzo. And went, Sam Perlazzo. And he gave us the hat and a bow, and it was tremendous.
Italians don't let you down, man. The Italians do not let you down.
I'll look up the box score because the Yanks gave up one late, which pissed me off because they ended up winning like 18-1. And I'm like, that's so much not better than 16-0, right? Like 16-0, it feels like they just turned the lights out. You couldn't keep beating them up. But 18-1 is like, they cut Goliath, right? They got a sword hit on the dragon. So I'll look that box score up. It was a good game. Anyway, Trey Mancini that's not going to get it done.
Center fielder, Ken Williams. Good baseman, Brooks Robinson.
All right, I'm not pinch hitting for Brooks Robinson, but maybe for Brian Roberts next inning. He can bunt, but there's 2 down.
What's his bunting?
7.
It's up to you, man. If you're feeling it.
Yeah, I'm a limb swing. It didn't do me any good. Wait, run!
Oh, he's there.
Willie Adams got a popcorn arm.
Second baseman,
50% for Brooks.
Roberts.
Ooh,
I'm thinking that's a no, because guess what?
Boog Powell.
Boog Powell, baby. A cousin of Larry Murphy, obviously.
Larry Murphy.
Larry Murphy, baby. We got Hoyles, too. Let's see here. Who's hitting?
We're dropping the esoteric, like, NHL 95.
Right? If you follow that, God bless you. So Hoyles this year has 19 homers and 330 at-bats. Boog has 10 and 405. So I think Hoyles is the play here.
All right.
We'll get to Boog, maybe.
You're not filling me with confidence.
Boog is right out here at Boog's Barbecue, man, serving up ribs. I'm serious. He was
doing his part.
He was out there signing autographs all the time. It was one of the coolest parts of Camden Yards. Go get some ribs and an autograph. Why not?
That is absolutely awesome.
Pretty cool. All right, Chris Hoyles, let's see it.
Pinch hitting for Baltimore, Chris Hoyles.
No.
I love Chris Hoyles. That photo just right off the farm.
Yeah, totally.
Shortstop, Willie Adams.
All right, so I didn't even look.
We're gonna lose to Tampa Bay, man.
Who's our new second baseman? Do we even have another second baseman? We don't. I don't think.
There's got to be another guy who can play second.
Well, there's nobody who plays second.
Boog Powell.
Jesus, it's George Sisler. I'll put Boog there if you want. But it means you probably won't hit.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Let's put Sisler there. Man, they got nobody else who can play. George Sisler is not a second baseman. He's a 0.
Yeah, here we go.
Whatever. Brave new world. Miller has 50 pitches. He's fine. I can get past Brooks.
We need Brooks Robinson to cover the
Julio.
He also there a grounder to second. Brooks sprints over and lays out for it.
Yeah, see the box go bam, bam.
Playing that Willie Mays defense behind Barry Bonds.
This is the most exciting part of this game now, to see if George Sisler gets a grounder or not.
Right? Oh, Brooks booted it.
No.
Third baseman,
Did he really?
Robinson will be charged with an error.
What is going on? This is like an alternate universe right now.
Sisler's looking over at Brooks Robinson going, what the?
It's like little effort.
Get it together, B.
Get together, B.
Oh no,
It's slipping away.
it hurts so
Diameter,
bad.
Navarro.
So really, all the
Uh-oh.
Rays needed
Uh-oh.
was us to
Left
play
fielder,
against them more
Carl Crawford.
this year. Oh, Navarro safe. He's fast. Oh, he's safe.
Center field.
Ripkit's like, I'm not going to second, even though that's the clear play.
Right? Look at Crawford at 70% and Navarro ahead of him going, I can't help you, man. I'm at 8. Randy win. Then I won't do it.
Uh-oh.
No.
I don't know, bro. Here we go. All right, I got it.
Sisler, up to the challenge.
Shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr.
Cal, let's see. Oh, now it's 8 then. I thought it was 9. Run, Cal. Look at that. Lugo right through the wickets. And Sisler's yelling at Lugo, you bum.
Oh, so what does it say? Did he boot it or did it?
He kicked it. He let that ball play him.
Gotcha.
So he's
All
probably,
right.
Sisler's like, you want to start with your glove on the ground and then you come up with the ball.
You can just see Sisler with like the Mickey Hatcher glove from like his 89 Flair card.
So good. All right, so Gus. Let's get it going.
Come on,
Run,
Gus.
Cal.
Run, Gus. Oh,
Run,
Gus.
Gus.
Caught it.
Oh,
First baseman, Eddie Murray.
My God,
Eddie
Gus.
Murray.
Gus is slow.
2 steals today for Eddie.
I love it. You're welcome, Eddie.
Oh, boy.
Ah. Oh, did we do it? Let's see. Oh, it's not quite high enough.
We could give Clift a take on the first pitch and see if that gets better.
Or we could just hit a 2-run homer.
Yeah, that's probably better. Come on, Harlond.
Designated hitter,
All right.
Matt Joyce.
Miller looks strong. I'll take your word for it. Woof.
Right fielder,
All right.
Aubrey.
Miller
I don't
might
think
need,
Joyce is stealing, so I think
Miller might need help. Bunch of righties coming up, so I guess that's Olson.
Double G.
Okay.
GRE double G.
Get him. Aubrey Huff making baseball great again.
First baseman, Carlos Pena.
Pena, please.
Shortstop, Willie Adams.
Breeding Schmo. Willie Adamas steps in.
Second baseman, Julio Lugo.
Should we get
So,
double G in?
you want a little Greg Olson? Can't hurt.
Let's do it.
Pitching for Baltimore.
We need to change his picture just to his 88 rated rookie.
It's not a bad idea. That's some neck he's got going on.
That is a lot of neck, isn't it?
I don't know if that's a shadow or if he has really aggressive chest hair. But
I would hope for the latter, but
well, at least if it's true, he's a gentleman and he shaved the neck at least. So appreciate that. Go, Brooks, redeem yourself. Lovely.
Left fielder, Ken Singleton.
All right, ain't
All right.
nothing wrong with Ken
So-
Singleton, but he's been awful today.
where are we getting Boog in?
Boog can play the outfield, so he'd probably go for Mancini.
Okay, I like it.
I can't play center, so we can't put him for Williams. But we can do Brady Anderson when the time comes. No.
Right fielder, Trey
Look,
Mancini.
Baez is tired, so now is the time.
Time to go to Boog.
Look at those eyebrows.
Those are substantial.
Dude.
Those are substantial.
It looks like those moths that would attack Bend every couple of years, right?
Dude, so last time we were there, man, ton of June bugs.
Okay.
Like the most I'd seen in the longest time.
Nobody is mad at June bugs. It was those freaky moths that were.
Yes, those true. But those June bugs, man, and badminton rackets,
Oh, yeah.
a good time was had by all.
Whack. And you got to do that because you got to keep the population down, right?
Don't.
They take over.
This is the episode where we get on PETA's radar.
Right. Let's make everybody bad. Warming up Zach Britton just in case.
I like it.
because we're optimistic. But for now, it's Boog Powell for Trey Mancini. All right.
Pinch hitting.
And look,
from
Baez
Baltimore.
is tired. They've
Boog
overextended him,
Powell.
so now's the time.
Here it is, right here. Let's see. No.
Nope.
Center fielder, Ken Williams.
Ken Williams has not been getting it done today. So our options are, well, we got one guy, Brady
Don't-
Anderson.
No. Let's just go with him. Let's just go with the coal miner.
Okay, fine. Look at that. I can't take any credit for that because you did that.
Third
He was
base,
due. Okay. Oh man, we're down 2 still. I thought we were within 1.
But we're coming back because Baez is still tired.
Come on, Brooks.
Run, Brooks. No.
Oh.
Willie Adames gets the last laugh, literally. I'm sure he's running around high-fiving everybody as
final
Tampa.
score from Camden Yards, Tampa Bay 5, Baltimore 3. Chris Archer is the winner. He is now 8-14. Eddie Watt picks up the loss. He is now 0-3 on the season. Danis Baez gets the save. Number 4, Cal Ripken Jr. Hit home run number 24 on the season. Ken Williams hit number 10. Time of the game, 3 hours, 29 minutes.
Eddie Murray got his 5th and 6th stolen base of the year.
Next year, man, I'm gonna get him up next to Henderson.
Right? Double digits next year, I promise. So yeah, it wasn't a great showing by the O's today. Chris Archer was strong, even though didn't have particularly good stuff. The only pitcher who brought tremendously good stuff today was Jim Johnson. Maybe we should have kept him in longer than 2/3 of an inning. But didn't he have like 15 pitches in him?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Quality pitches, though. Like, yeah, there it is, 15.
Look at his ERA. Look at all those ERAs. No wonder we lost.
Tough day. Yeah. We should have stuck with Watt longer, apparently. So,
Wow.
there you go. It's the first game off the Monday schedule. So, Tampa's getting hot a little too late for the Eternal Baseball League. But, so we've only got, like, what do we got here? 149 games in. 13 games left. So that'll get us through this week. And then, I guess, the following week, we'll see if we go on Saturday or on Sunday or Monday. As a thought
experiment, if we did a Patreon where we'd have to play every single Tampa game for the season, what's the minimum payoff for that?
I mean,
you
mean live on the air?
We do all 162 games live.
It's time for Tampa baseball. I mean, it was like when the Trailblazers were terrible and they would advertise like a Wednesday night game, Dr. J's in town. Here comes Larry Bird. And you're like, they aren't even advertising the home guys. It's so bad. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know that I have a price. I know that Ted DiBiase said everybody has a price, but I might not have a price to be the play-by-play voice of the Tampa Bay Rays in Eternal Baseball.
Yeah,
got nothing but love for let's be honest.
There's no way both our marriages stay intact after that.
They're not my favorite team, I'll be honest with you. But having them boot Boston out of first place this last week gave me a big old grin. So I respect what Tampa does, even though it's just brutal to watch. So good for them in real baseball. And hey, good for them in Eternal Baseball. They kicked our ass tonight. So
they did.
Reached for comment after the game. Eddie Murray said, "Good enough." So that'll do it for another thrilling edition of Eternal Baseball. We'll be back next week it's the penultimate week, and we should have a couple more division races wrap up. And then we are really excited for the playoffs. Normally, I would be more excited for the end of the season because we thought there'd be a bunch of races and it would be can't miss every day, and it just hasn't played out that way. But strong playoff teams should make for a really good playoff season. So we're looking forward to that.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good
coming up. So stay tuned. We'll tell you how that's all going to work out. As always, you can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on our homepage at eternalbaseball.com, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We are not hard to find. So look us up. Thanks for joining us. And we will see you next week. Hold on, let me get this ready. On the next thrilling edition of